I'm back, and this time, it's personal. That's right, Sharky and I are back to battle it out in round 2 of this competitive Stardew saga. And this time around, it's a whole lot crazier. Similar to the board game Risk, Sharky and I have this whole farm full of territories to fight for. We begin here in the starter area, battling it out for 7 days, fighting for resources, scavenging for forageables, and getting in each other's way before we can verse each other in a game of chance. Whoever catches the largest fish in the fishing minigame gets to spin the wheel of land first. When we get the plot of land given to us by the wheel, we can begin to divide and conquer across our given territories. Plots of land are given out 3 times a season until all 14 lands are in our possession, and each territory has its own unique advantages, as you'll soon find out. This time around, we're not fighting for just money either. The list of challenges to win is long. In fact, there's 10 separate challenges that will determine this video's winner. The person who wins the most challenges at the end of one whole year will be crowned the winner. But it's all gotta start somewhere, so here we are on the first day of competition. Waiting for the game to unpause this time around was nowhere near as nerve-wracking. If you remember at the end of the last round, Sharky came out on top and I walked away with nothing. But this time would be different. And before I knew it, I was let loose into the starter land. For this challenge, both Sharky and I start with nothing. No money, no parsnip seeds, all we have to work off is the land in front of us. There is a lot to cover in terms of rules and mods and what we can and can't do in this competitive hustle, so I will try my best to highlight them as we go. But for now, we seem to both have the same idea as we raced around scything down weeds for mixed seeds and picking up any forage that we could get our desperate little hands on. The fight for mixed seeds got a little personal as the day drew on and the weeds were starting to dry up, but despite that, I managed to claw my way to 33 mixed seeds, which I got to plant down as the first day was coming to an end. You'll notice the mixed seeds now give a whole range of seeds, including some that aren't in vanilla Stardew, thanks to a couple of mods that Sharky added. And oh my god, thank you so much for doing so, Sharky, because I was shocked to see them yield an ancient fruit seed. Sharky asked if I had gotten anything good from the seeds. And let's be real, I couldn't resist being a little cheeky. With a fantastic first day behind me, the grind continued to day 2, where I began the day watering all of my mixed seeds. A lot of the day was spent chopping down trees and gathering wood. Sharky and I stayed respectively distant from each other today, which is surprising considering the tussle yesterday for mixed seeds. I'm cautious of what that sneaky shark is capable of. I should note that a rule for this challenge is we cannot leave the farm, since it's so big. So how do we purchase things, you may ask? Good question. Well, it's with this, the Shop Anywhere mod, where we can access every vendor's inventory. And clearly I was tossing up buying a fishing rod, but with no gold to my name, it wasn't looking too likely. So with no energy left and no forage to replenish more, I ran into Sharky gathering stone as I searched desperately for more forage, which about sums up how the rest of my night went. The next morning began about the same, watering all of my mixed seeds. However, thanks to my wood and sap I sold last night, I had made just enough gold to purchase the bamboo rod from Willie. And as I cast my rod into the nearby river, I heard the faint sound of gold ringing in my ear. Because everything I do over the next year is crucial to winning this round. For example, fishing is not only getting me more gold, it's also increasing my fishing level and ticking off different types of fish caught. All things that are important to winning some of these challenges. Not to mention that further along in the year, I'll start to get artifacts from treasure chests. So you can see why everything I do is so important. But I'm getting ahead of myself. For now, that's how I spent my day. I picked a single spring onion on day 4, and actually 1 spinach. I could complain, but I literally started with no gold to my name, so I can't really do that. I did try a few alternative fishing spots around the edge of the starter land to see if it affected the quality of my catches. See, I'm always looking for a leg up in this competition. Unfortunately, it didn't really matter, so I got comfy by the river, and then tried again casting into the lower river area. Again, it didn't change anything, but I'd already committed to it, so I thought I might as well stay. With the sun well gone by now in the dead of night, I caught a Joja Cola. Very important for one of the 10 challenges we're fighting for. So up in the cabin, I put it safely away in my artifact / Joja Cola chest with the one I caught yesterday. Crops were ripe for picking on day 5. I was blessed with a single parsnip and 4 whole garlic. Beside my mixed seeds, I cleared out a space of land so I could make a start on a secondary crop field. Thanks to my fishing, I'd accumulated a reasonable amount of gold, enough to plant down 25 kale seeds. I chose kale because it doesn't take too long to grow, it gives okay profits, but it gives a bunch of farming XP, which is important to my long-term goals. So while I wait for that to grow, I hit up the river to fish for more fish. Speaking of fish, Sharky had got his hands on a fishing rod and had come to join me. Just two guys hanging out, fishing away peacefully. I could almost imagine the thought of rivalry melting away, but it's not. This is a competition and I'm gonna win, damn it. No crops were ready for harvest the following day, but I still had a lot of watering to do. Soon after, I purchased some potato seeds from the Shop Anywhere page, which is such a convenience, by the way. I think I might just have this mod installed every time I play Stardew from now on. Either way, it did mean more crop watering, but my crop fields looked a lot bigger than Sharky's did, and that's what really matters. Size does matter. What did I do to make use of the day ahead of me? Well, I fished, of course. I even fished up another Joja Cola. My mixed seeds have yielded 1 potato, 1 tulip, and 1 lettuce this morning. How lovely. To make up for the lack of profit on my mixed seeds, I used the day once again to fish away my troubles. You'll notice that I kept the fish from yesterday so that I could make use of the level 5 fishing perk, which increases the selling price of fish. See, I'm not just a pretty face. Before bed that night, I dumped another Joja Cola into the chest in the farmhouse and hit the hay before it got too late. Now, day 8 is a very special day because it's the first land decider day. Normally, I'd cut away to Sharky and I chatting away, you know, with that classic Kiwi British banter that we all know and love. However, silly me didn't record it properly and you're stuck with me now. I know you're mad, just please don't be upset with me. You can take your frustrations out on Recording Poxial by sending a passive-aggressive email to recordingpox@luckyringinc.com. As stated previously, both Sharky and I took our places at the fishing minigame and we cast out into the river. Sharky was the first to reel in his fish, coming in at a whopping 15 inches. I had a high target to beat, and in devastating fashion, the one I caught was an inch shorter. So that meant Sharky was now 1 up on me towards the fishing minigame's 1 challenge, and that meant he had the first spin of the wheel. Sharky landed on land number 12, a small mahogany tree forest to the south. Then it was my turn to spin the wheel and I managed to land on number 7, a massive plot of beach very central around the rest of the farm. And what a steal this bit of land was. The perks of this huge beach are beach forageables, washed up crates, loads of resources, and most important of all, access to ocean fish. To start my claim of the land, I popped down a tent, which Sharky and I both have 1 of, so we don't have to go back home all the time. Also, there are teleporters around the map, so we don't have to walk everywhere. Again, this farm map is ginormous. I continued to scavenge this new plot of land for all its resources, and the more I ventured around, the more grateful I was that I actually didn't win that fishing minigame. Later that night, while clearing out debris, I came across something magical. Something so incredible I couldn't believe my eyes. Mini obelisks. There's something special to each plot of land, and this was number 7's something special. I quickly made my way back to the cabin to set it up to send me straight back to the tent for easy access, and I was a happy man. I still had responsibilities back at the cabin, those being crops to harvest from my mixed seeds and watering a bunch of kale and potato seeds. To add on more responsibility, I declared the first use of my new land to more kale. Sure, it's more watering, but if it means beating Sharky, then I am willing to do it. But I'm a fisherman at heart, and being so close to the open ocean meant the fish I catch now are quality fish. More profit, new fish to add to the fishing collection, grinding more skill levels. Life couldn't get any better. And despite being such a big map, Sharky and I are still somewhat neighbours. After another morning of watering crops, the next day was spent grinding away back down at the beach, fishing all day for those sweet profits and fishing skill levels. But if I'm going to be fishing like this all day every day, then I'm gonna need a rod that can handle the workload. So I made an investment with Willie and bought myself the fiberglass rod. With the ability to hold bait, I'll be an unstoppable fisherman machine. My kale was finally ready for harvest, and it felt good to finally be able to reap some farming rewards. Shortly after after, Sharky popped over, and from the kindness of his heart, he watered a single potato. The thought to just run away for the gag did cross my mind, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. I returned the favor to Sharky, and as usual, we shared a very wholesome moment. After taking care of the kale planted on the beach, I returned to fishing as wholesome moments were over, and the grind was back on. My petite patch of potatoes were prime for picking on day 12. Sorry, I just thought that would sound cool. Truthfully, there wasn't much difference to today from yesterday. After watering the field of kale growing on the beach, I retired to the usual fishing spot for the day. I fished all the way from dusk till dawn and even a few hours past that. Before bed that night, I came across Sharky on the starter land hoeing dirt. I was a bit confused and I had a slight panic that he was somehow going to plant a bunch of crops. But hey, I guess I'll just leave him to it. It was coffee beans galore this morning, plus one cauliflower and a single strawberry means that I'm that much closer to victory. After watering the field of kale on my beach plot, I decided to ditch the fishing rod today for my other tools, so that I could spend some time hacking my way through the debris for more resources, since Sharky decided to hoover up all the stone on the starter land. I then chopped trees for wood back on the starter land, and using all the materials I had gathered, plus the gold from all that fishing I'd been doing, I commissioned my first coop. Quick sidetrack, we should have the instant build mod on, so this usually wouldn't happen, but I think I'd forgotten to install it. Anyway, yay, my first coop! To celebrate, I fished for the rest of the day to recuperate some of the gold I had just lost. And lucky me, I got a treasure chest from a treasure chest. Isn't that fun? I'm not shocked to say that that's exactly how the next day was spent either. So instead of watching the boring stuff, let me take you through Poxial's ultimate plan to annihilate Sharky and win this competition. My master plan involves quite a few points, so let's get right into it. I need an affordable and attainable way to make money, so my plan is to wrangle together a heap of coops so that I can house a bunch of ducks to create the most profitable duck mayo empire you have ever seen, which will also double as farming buildings built and triple as XP farming because picking eggs and penning ducks for some reason gives you farming XP, and quadruple because I'll still be making profits throughout winter. For shipping crops, the plan is to buy an iridium sprinkler from Krobus every Friday, as we have access to him from the Shop Anywhere screen, and plant a bunch of wheat to send those numbers skyrocketing. For artifacts, my plan is to open geodes, hoe dirt in the mines, and cross my fingers that we get a lot from fishing. For different types of fish, well, we'll just keep going as I am, being careful to tick off every fish I can each season. The Joja Colas are tricky, but as experience has told me that fishing on level 100 at the mines will turn out a lot of Joja Colas, as all you can really catch down there is trash. As for the rest, well, crafting is something I'll worry about later. The fishing minigames one are just luck, and cooking, truthfully, I couldn't be bothered cooking. And skill levels will just come as we play. And that, my friends, is Poxial's ultimate plan to annihilate Sharky and win this competition. Not only did I have more coffee beans to harvest this morning, but my beach kale was ready too. Hooray for farming levels and profit! The morning of day 15 was spent on the starter land, sending trees to the chopping block. I needed more wood so I could upgrade the coop to a big coop, as I found out the hard way that ducks can only be bred in big coops, cause they fancy like that. This continued into the afternoon until concluding that, yeah, I probably have enough. In no time at all, I was back on plot number 7 mining down all of the stone, and as a reward for all of my hard work today, the big coop was commissioned that night, and I welcomed my first few ducks to the Duck Mayo dynasty. I didn't want my duckies roaming free, so I spent some time the next morning setting up the small enclosure outside. Now, for those who thought I'd be back to fishing, you're wrong. I went to the mines for the first time today. The farm cave with a mine cart is located just below the starting area, and that's how we'll access the mines without leaving the farm. If you think I can take the mushrooms in here, then you're wrong. It's reserved for whoever owns plot 13. Thanks to Sharky, we already had a head start at the mines today. I was used to the lag from the last competition we had. Like I said last time, I had mastered the art of the lag, and it was no trouble for a guru like myself. I had also bought a wooden sword from the Adventurers Guild, which made combat a little more bearable. An important material I'm on the lookout for down here are earth crystals, because they are used to make mayo machines, and me and my duckies would be nothing without mayo machines. I called it quits that night before it got too late and ran out of there with a bunch of good stuff. We had an exciting way to start day 17, Land Decider Day. I did record it right, so let me pass it over to other Poxial. Alright, hello.
Oh, hold on, I've got to clear my inventory. I've got no room. Let's. I'm going to start recording this now.
Round 2.
Round 2, yes.
And you are 1 up on me. You are 1-0.
Yep. So these fishing games, they're quite important. Not only to get to spin the wheel first for the big, well, to try and get a bigger land and a better land, but also to go towards the challenge that we're doing.
Yeah, they do.
Whoever wins the most of these, and I'm 1 up. It's 1-0 right now. Can I make it 2 back to back? That'd be a great start.
Surely not. Surely not.
Right, let's catch the fish first then.
Here we go.
3, 2, 1, go.
And let's see. Far this time. I didn't go too far.
The first fish, keep it above your head.
This is me. Come on. Come on. Perfect catch too. Come on.
Oh, God.
15. Come on, Sharky, hurry this up.
Oh my God. Green algae.
You gotta be kidding me.
It's a smallmouth. Yes!
You've got to be joking.
2-0.
You've got to be joking.
Can you believe that?
I actually
Won a
cannot
game.
believe that. By 1.
That means I get to spin the wheel, of course, first game. Last time it didn't really benefit me. No. It's only towards the challenge, really.
Say, do you want to share your screen so I can see it?
1 and 14. Come on.
I'm watching 1.
Oh, round. It's not going to be number 14 or 1. It's going to be 11. This is a joke. This is a joke.
Oh,
the 2 smallest islands, and I've got them both.
No.
And now it's your turn, my friend. If you get 1 and 14, I'm done. I'll be so done. Let's give it a shuffle.
Come on, 1 and 14, just for spite, just out of spite. Come on.
Ready? 3,
come on,
2,
Will.
1, go. Please, don't.
Come on.
Not 1 and 4. Anything, just that.
1 and 14, just out of spite, because it's funny.
It's not going to be. It's not going to be. Number 5, it seems.
Number 5.
That's another decent one.
Ooh. That's another
So the best thing.
So despite losing my second fishing minigame, I think I came away with the better land yet again. After popping down my first couple of Mayo machines, I could afford to add 2 more ducks to the coop before I ran dry of gold. And then I explored my new land. Being right next door to my first land was super convenient. Not only that, but plot number 5 gives me access to lake fish, which is going to be a huge leg up in the fishing challenge. As I explored, I made sure to reap all the rewards this new land had to offer. And later that evening, I realized that it was the first time that it had rained all competition. So I raced back to the river to catch a catfish and a shad, and of course finished off the day doing the same down on the beach. The sun was back out today. I gave my ducklings a merry good morning before filling up the very same coop with the final couple of ducks. I guess you could say I've got them all in a row. Sorry, that was pretty bad. As the afternoon rolled around, I found myself rejigging things a bit. Yes, my ducks did roam free, think of it as their 1 day of freedom. Really, I just wanted to make the fencing bigger. See, I am looking after them. Afterwards, I returned to my new plot of land to fish away for some lake fish. Just in case Sharky gets the land above this one, I want to be as far ahead of him as I can be. 2 things happened the following day. In the morning, I did a bit of debris clearing, and in the afternoon, I scoured the mines for materials. Highlights include finding this massive cluster of copper, my first artifact, and another earth crystal. Look, some days are just less exciting than others. Speaking of less exciting days, day 20 was just as riveting, and I got back to the thrilling world of hardcore fishing, where the grind never stops and you try really hard not to fall asleep. I just have to remind myself that all this fishing is going to be worth it in the long run, and that I won't have to fish for gold much longer. In happier news, since stumbling upon that artifact yesterday in the mines, I can now find artifacts in treasure chests. So now I have even more reason to fish. Isn't that just so incredibly fortunate? Duck eggs! My very first duck eggs have been laid. A momentous occasion for our duck mayo dynasty. With one coop now filled with ducks, I thought it time to expand my empire with another. But in order to do so, I had to collect the resources. And truthfully, that is what I did for the majority of the day. Early into the afternoon, however, I did get to construct a second coop right next to the first one. And I could almost hear Sharky in the distance scream out in anguish. Because you see how 3 duck mayo can be sold for about 1.1k gold? Okay, now imagine the artisan perk plus like 80 ducks. You see what I mean? Apart from dealing with all things ducks this morning, I worked out that while yes it is good to have materials, that's nothing without the gold to buy a big coop. So in order to make that kind of moolah, I'd have to go back to the old faithful moneymaker. And yes, I fished the whole day. That evening, as I was peacefully fishing away to the tunes of Taylor Swift, I saw Sharky had constructed a coop, and on his new land no less. I could be concerned, but I don't think he has Duck Dynasty on his to-do list. As for day 23, well, after taking care of more ducky business, I spent most of the day down in the mines, not trying to progress any further. Oh no. I'm switching between levels in hopes of finding more earth crystals for mayo machines, of which I found one, which I will admit is better than none. At least I got to turn my bug meat into bait for more fishing. The first thing I did this morning was hide my mini obelisk behind the tent. An odd thing to do, sure, but last night I saw that cheeky son of a shark use my own mini obelisk to get himself home. It probably won't stop him again, but I'm hoping he takes a while to find it hidden here. As for me, well, I think you can guess where I spent the day. A prize pool of eggs were awaiting for me in the coop the following day, and dumping them into the mayo machines was becoming a daily occurrence for me. You see, ducks lay eggs every 2 days, so I'll be sure to keep on top of mayo making every single morning to make sure I get all the eggs. A big coop upgrade was next on the Pox schedule. I am here to create the greatest duck mayo empire anyone has ever seen, so one measly coop was not gonna cut it. So after some hard manual labor clearing debris on the beach plot for materials, I swapped out the tools for my trusty fishing rod to fish my way to enough gold for said big coop upgrade. I even fished up a couple of artifacts while I was at it too.
It's land deciding day.
Beautiful.
It's like a wheel of fortune or something. Like spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel. Decide your fate.
Hey, this is always an exciting day. I love it.
I know.
Which land are you most wanting? I mean, you're quite lucky because number 7 and 5 that you own are connected. You can walk straight through them, right?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, so if you get number 3 or 2, you could still do the same.
Yeah.
Because they've got stairs on them, ladders.
3, 2, or 9 is my ideal pick at the moment.
Let's do this, Pox. Let's go.
Okay.
Recording. Yeah. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Catch a fish. Training rod. Yeah.
Oh, I went too far again.
Too far ago. Come on, I've got one. Come on, please be good.
Oh, I've got one too.
17. That's good. That's decent. That's decent.
I need to pull a world record here.
Yeah, you've got to get the 18, which I've had a few times.
Oh my days. Unreal.
What, is that a 15?
That's 15.
It's just just can't see it on my screen.
Yeah, it's 15.
Oh, it's 3-0 down, Pox.
Unbelievable.
Right, so I've got to change my screen to the wheel.
Well, I wish you the best of luck, and I hope you get number 6.
Number 6, is that the worst one?
Maybe?
Oh no, it's not 6 and 8. I don't want beach. I need soil.
Alright.
Shuffle. Big spin. 3, 2, 1. Come on, Sharky.
Here we go.
Something good.
Come
please.
Come on.
Oh dear me. No. Oh no! Yes!
Oh my god, no way. I thought that was
that
it.
was
I thought you had number 6.
Lucky. Oh,
Nice.
I'm buzzing. Right, let's see what you get. I'm intrigued.
All right.
I'm intrigued. Give it a few shuffles. Right,
Come
ready?
on, Will. Come
3,
on, Will.
2, 1. Don't give him number 1. Don't give him number 1. Anything but 1.
9 or 3 or 1, just to spite Sharky.
No. Oh, it's 14.
Go past.
Oh, that's the big one.
Yes, 14.
That's the big.
I like
And
that
I think
one.
that's tillable as well. Loads of space there,
Yes.
man. Loads.
That's exactly what I need. Yes, that does put me 0 to 3 on the fishing minigames, unfortunately. Sharky finally got a good plot of land, and I'm happy to say that so did I. With the new plots of land decided, I finally got that big coop upgrade I'd been talking about, and I returned once again to the mines in anticipation of another coop's worth of ducks. I don't think 4 Mayo machines are gonna cut it. Earth crystals are pretty scarce to come by though, and I am finding that out the hard way, so I was chuffed to leave with another 2 in hand. It is the final day of spring here on day 27. If you are perceptive, then you'll notice that we started on the 2nd, that's why it's not day 28. I know, it annoys me too. Nonetheless, we had a new big coop to fill with ducky friends, and I got right to doing that. I made sure to welcome them all to my duck dynasty. Afterwards, I teleported myself over to the bottom right corner of the farm, where my brand new plot of land was. Awaiting me were a few spring onions, some bee houses, which I won't mind taking back home, and a whole field of land full of crop potential. However, with 9 gold to my name, I think that may have to come in due time. In the meantime, I finished off the last of spring how I pretty much spent the rest of it. Fishing. Summer is here, but there's no time to indulge in summertime activities. Instead, I added the final ducks to my second coop, dropped a couple of eggs into my Mayo machines, and axed down my crops outside the cabin. As exciting as that ancient seed was, it's not gonna make me a rich man, so it had to go. As the afternoon rolled around, I found myself back out fishing on the edge of the beach. But in my head, I justified that it was to catch new fish for the collection. So I guess that made it a teeny tiny less tedious. And boy am I glad I did, because after what felt like an eternity grinding away with the rod, we finally got our first skill to level 10. And would you believe it, that's what I continued to do the next day. I guess it's worth it though, because I got level 10 fishing, and having not sold my fish from yesterday meant I'd have some juicy earnings overnight. In the afternoon I switched it up a bit and caught a few river fish, for reasons both of sanity and fishing collection. A little later on I did the same with the lake fish on the edge of the farm. Intuitively, I even went to the mines to try my luck at a stonefish. I walked away home empty-handed. But hey, I can't be too bad after seeing all the gold I made. I'm sick of fishing, and to express this feeling I went to the edge of the beach and I fished. Wait a minute. Not for the whole day, thank goodness. Actually I did. I lied. I just switched it up to catch a stonefish. I was now cranking out duck mayo pretty consistently, so at least I had that to look forward to every morning. I cut down some trees that morning, and that was so I could reach level 5 foraging. In my head, I was hoping that getting the forager perk gatherer meant that I'd be able to double some of the eggs I pick up. Either way, back to fishing I went. Something other than fishing is happening today. Oh my god, it's a miracle! Down in plot 14, I was making space between the grass for my first load of wheat. Now that Operation Duck Dynasty was well underway, it was now time to implement the crop part of my plan, and planted down the first of what I hope to be many wheat harvests. If I aim to have enough gold to purchase a sprinkler from Krobus every Friday, then I can keep expanding the wheat growing all the way to the end of fall. Now with that in place, I dealt with more duck mayo making and ventured down into the mines, this time going a little further than the copper levels. I was in need of some iron, not to mention my artifact chest was filling up quite nicely. I was starting to enjoy this whole duck mayo making thing a little more every time I added more mayo machines or more ducks, because every time I'd make that just a little bit extra than last time. On the contrary, I got told off soon after this. Yes, you heard me right. I got told off. I didn't record it, but apparently the furnaces counted as building stuff, and we had a rule that we couldn't build on the starter land. I think his exact words were, "Pox, you can't do that. That's cheating, and you smell bad." Okay, well, maybe not that last part. I could move them right now, but I think I'll wait for my iron bars to be done. As for the rest of the day, I constructed my third coop next to the other two and chopped trees for wood. As night was falling upon us, I had the genius idea to craft some crab pots in order to catch crab pot fish.
I'm gonna do what's called a pro gamer move.
Day 34 was a simple day. I emptied and refilled my 2 crab pots, gathered my daily duck eggs, and dumped them into my mayo machines, and went about cutting down trees on my neighbouring beach plot for wood. Not to mention, I stumbled across a few banana trees in blossom. And well, yeah, that's about all I did today. First things first, I'm glad to have my copper pickaxe back in my position, and I got a farming level up from collecting eggs. How convenient. It was time to put this shiny new pickaxe to the test, and take it to the... No. Pox. No, not to the beach. Anywhere but the beach. Okay, so we're fishing again, but for good reason, I promise. It's raining and I need to catch a red snapper. I then popped over to plot 14 to harvest my first round of wheat before planting down the next lot. If you're wondering why I've set it up so far away, it's because I don't want Sharky to see and steal my idea. I did finally get time to take my copper pickaxe for a spin in the mines, and I did so for the rest of the day.
Here he is.
Alrighty.
It is a big day, my friend.
You're telling me.
So, of course, it's a land decider day, which is big.
It is.
But this is make or break for you already on one of the challenges, Pox, because if you lose this fishing game, I have basically won that challenge because you can't come back from that. So that's going to be 1-0 to me.
Yeah, tell me about it.
It's a big day. It's a big day. So let's get to it. Let's get into position ready. So let's get this fish over and done with first before we move on to the land, of course.
All right, let's do it.
But yeah, let's see if I can actually tick this off. Can we finish a challenge already? Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Catch a fish.
All right. Okay. Trying to catch me,
Why is he doing that? Hold on. Oh,
there you go.
That was strange.
There you go. All right. I'm hooked.
Oh, okay. We can
I'm
get
hooked.
a bike. Come on.
I'm not touching it. 26.
26 inch.
That's
okay,
pretty
okay,
huge.
okay.
That's pretty huge.
Here we go.
All
I'm
right,
in.
here we go.
I'm in.
Oh, this is make or break. Come on.
Yeah, if this is bigger than yours, you've basically failed that challenge already. Right, here it comes.
I can't see it.
31.
Oh my god, this is rigged.
31
This is
inches
rigged.
on my
We even
screen
swapped
there.
places.
Yeah, exactly. It's just the look of the draw. I think we had the same rod.
Unbelievable.
I'm pretty sure you're probably a way higher fishing skill than me as well. but
Unbelievable.
There we go. 4-0, by
That's
the way.
unreal.
Right, are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's get some more land.
Let's see. I'm going to bring up the lands. 3, 2, 1, boom. Give me number 1 or number 2 and 3. Oh, do I have number 3? No, it's going to be 10. It's going to be 10. It's going to be 10.
Ooh,
I got the massive
quarry.
quarry.
That's an interesting one.
Right, this is Pox's turn. Let's see what number you get. Which one are you after
One.
the most? Like for
One,
you right
just
now.
to spite you.
You just want that big forest.
I just want it because you want
Well,
it.
is there any that you need though?
I mean, I definitely have some ideas for it.
Yeah, okay. Please don't be number 1 then. Let's go.
Come on, number 1. Come on, number 1.
This is the big one.
Oh, it's right past it.
It's
It's
just
right
dodged number
past it.
1. Oh, you got my next best one.
3. 13?
Oh no?
Ooh.
What's
That's
that?
13.
Oh, you got the farm
That means I get the
cave.
mushrooms. Ooh.
You get the mushrooms now. Yes, they are yours. And
Interesting.
good land for crops, good trees, and yeah, you own the farm cave. It's all yours.
So, yeah. 0 and 4 on the fishing minigames meant that I've already taken the L on one of the 10 challenges. But hey, we love an underdog story. With another land decider behind us, I carried on with my day, dealing with all things duck, gathering a bunch of stone, constructing another big coop upgrade, collecting my mushrooms now that I owned plot 13, and continuing my adventure down in the mines. At this point in time, I was slowly making my way down to level 100 to start the Joja Cola collecting. You know, since we're not even halfway through the year and I was already losing. But it's a brand new day, and with that brings brand new opportunities. And after dealing with a few minor chores around my mini lands, I was back to the mine grind for the day. There isn't anything too exciting to report, although when I eventually made it down to level 60, I did stop and catch an ice pip. I started my day purchasing a few ducks for my big coop on day 38, and due to Sharky's tent placement, I'm able to catch a sneaky glimpse at his base of operations every time I buy a duck. Very fascinating. Shortly after, I paid a visit to my crop of wheat, scythed it down, and replaced it with another lot of seeds, all before popping off to the mines again. I didn't get very far until I saw that Sharky had asked me if I could buy blueberries. I had a quick check and I saw that I couldn't. Turns out we both couldn't, but I don't think either of us were too worried about blueberries, so that wasn't too big of a deal. Either way, back to scaling my way down the mines I went and slamming bats with my club. The rain was pouring and the thunder was roaring on day 39. Being a Friday meant that Krobus had an iridium sprinkler for me, and it didn't take me long to take that right off him. And right next to my first small field of wheat is where I set up the second one. With that taken care of, I grabbed a stack of geodes I had been gathering out of my chests and tried my luck opening them with Clint. These geodes have a small chance to produce an earth crystal. With a 1 in 16 chance, you'd think with 36 geodes I'd get at least 1 or 2, right? I got 0. But wait, I have 5 more, and would you look at that, a single earth crystal.
Yay!
Totally worth it. That was a lot of excitement for one day, so to wrap it all up, I fished out into the ocean until it was sleepy times. Once again, the following day started with filling the rest of my big coop with ducks. The rest of it was taken up with more adventures down in the mines. And we made some considerable progress today. It didn't take me long to reach level 70. I flew through the frozen castle levels, and before I knew it, I was grabbing my new pair of boots from level 80. All that much closer to level 100. It wasn't hard to miss the growth of my duck battalion this morning. Just look at them all. Mayo production was now in full swing, and I was loving every second of it. It was unsurprising to see me back in the mines that afternoon. I clawed my way down another 10 levels today before I got too late, but at least I got the obsidian edge sword for my efforts. Level 100 was in sight, but I couldn't forget about the wheat harvest waiting for me. That's the thing with this challenge, there are so many challenges to win that you really just can't hyperfixate on one thing. Otherwise you'll risk losing out on everything else. But at least it keeps it funky and fresh. I actually took a quick break from the mines today so I could catch up on more pressing matters, such as gathering wood from my field of tree stumps and moving crab pots to a fresh water spot to catch different crab pot fish. But that break didn't last for long. I yearned for the mines, and I heard it calling for me. And I think some of the dust has gotten to my head. Ah well, I finished on level 95. I made my very first scarecrow today. As a veteran Stardew Valley player who is 43 days into a competition, I find this very embarrassing. Not so embarrassing, however, is not only constructing a coop, but getting a double whammy all in one and getting the big coop upgrade right after that. Sharky must be quaking in his boots at this very second. Then it was once again back to the mines, picking my mushrooms on the way through as always. In the very late hours of the morning, I scathed my way onto floor 100 and immediately got the heck out of there. It was a mad dash for bed, but I made it in the nick of time. Just like every day that's passed, I gave my duckies a merry good morning and sorted the eggs into my ever-growing collection of mayo machines. And having made it, finally, to level 100 in the mines, it only felt right to spend the day trash fishing for Jojo Colas. You may notice that I haven't opened the star drop chest yet, and I think this is probably the smartest idea I've had yet, because when you get the star drop, it usually puts a message in the chat, and I want Sharky to be unaware of me being down here for as long as possible. Just in case he gets the same idea, I'll already be way ahead of him. To show you how effective this plan is, I got 7 Jojo Cola today trash fishing. In the 44 days previous, I had only gotten 5. I think that's a winning strategy right there.
Alright, so let's get straight into this then, shall we?
Absolutely.
Today is land decider day, straight off the bat, the 18th. Let's start off with the fishing minigame. Obviously, this doesn't really matter now, does it, for the challenge list? We decided that in the last one.
No,
I have
no
won
need to
4 in a
remind
row,
me.
So painful. But we still need to do this to obviously decide who spins first. So let's
Yes,
go
we do.
catch our first fish.
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1, go! Oh, perfect. I feel like this could be where you like get 3 in a row. You win all
I
these.
would-
Just
I
imagine.
would be so upset. I really would.
Okay.
I haven't had a
Oh
bite.
no, it's oh my god!
8
It's
inches.
a sunfish.
Oh,
if you catch
my.
a sunfish, and then it might be close, but if you get a pike, it's done. Do you reckon we should catch the same fish?
Ooh.
I don't know how that works.
No, let me have one.
Yeah,
Come
you
on.
deserve it.
Perfect catch.
It's got to be a pike. No?
Yes!
Oh yeah, we got it.
10
inch,
inches.
she got
Yes, let's go. I finally won one.
one. This is going to be interesting for you to spin the wheel first this
I
time.
know, I've
That is
never done that.
so crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Is there any that you definitely want or need, or are you just happy to have any at this point?
Ooh, I want 3 to block you out of fishing.
Oh, you naughty boy. Let's
Come on.
spin the wheel.
Come on, number 3. Come on, number 3. Come on, number 3.
Oh, no. It can't be. Oh, number 1 and 3 together as well.
Oh my god, it's right past it.
Yes,
Oh!
that's good. That's
Okay,
good.
what's that? 6?
You got the small beach.
No!
Yes.
That's
Yes.
rubbish. Ah, no.
Oh, I didn't really want that one. I think I'm going to get the number 8. I've got a feeling. We're going to get the same. Ready? Let's go.
That would be pretty funny.
Come on.
Come on.
103. 103. Oh, it could happen. No, it's not good. Oh, it could be number 3. It could be number 3. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. No.
He called it. He called it.
No, we
Number
both
8.
got the little shocking beach one. Oh, no.
After losing 4 mini games in a row, this game decided to finally hand me what feels like a very pity victory. On the other hand, we both got rubbish beach lands, leaving the bigger, potentially game-changing lands for the final land deciders. After finishing up the land deciding, I ran around the outskirts of my new small beach land, collecting up forage and all of the goodies waiting there for me. Then as the day passed into the afternoon, not a lot was happening above ground, so below it I went to do some more trash fishing for Joja Colas. Another day, another morning petting my duck legion and turning their duck eggs into duck mayo. Today was Friday, so I think you know what that means. With my wheat field expanded and planted, I collected up the crab pots from the freshwater location, as I had caught all the critters I needed to, all before making my way to the small pier at the edge of the map where I fished the rest of the day away. I cannot move on to the next day though without first showing you what I got from a treasure chest. A whole dinosaur egg. I popped it into one of my incubators at the coop, so that one day I'll have a little dino friend to make even more dino eggs. Thanks to selling fish and mayo, I had saved up enough gold to grow my duck army by another 7. I left one space open for when our little dino friend hatches. So day 47 I reserved for clearing out my new beach plot of all its debris. Truthfully, I don't need the space, but I do need the materials, and I was slowly getting foraging and mining XP as I went along, so I thought it was worth it. That evening, however, it seems my level 100 ruse was up. It was bound to happen, but Sharky had found his way to the star drop. So as I finished up debris clearing for the night, I quickly detoured past the mines so that I too could get my star drop. I just have my fingers crossed he doesn't know about fishing for Joja Colas. Speaking of fishing for Joja Colas, that's what I did on day 48. Was I nervous about Sharky realizing I had made it to level 100? Yes. Did I overcompensate and spend all day there just in case? Absolutely yes. I was here from 9 till 9 and I returned to the surface with another 12 colas. Stay back from my wheat, you silly grass. Stay back, I say. I had another wheat harvest this morning, and I was happy to add another 72 crops to the crops harvested number. On top of that, I built my 5th coop, then immediately after that constructed it into a big coop. And let me tell you, that's always a good feeling. With the thought of more ducks on the way, I wanted a couple more mayo machines to meet customer demand. That customer being me. I am the customer. I opened a few geodes and surprisingly pulled an earth crystal, then dived down into the mines for the rest of the day where I managed to find a couple more. After placing down the 3 mayo machines the next morning, I once again set aside today for some good old-fashioned hard work, and I continued to make progress on the beach plot, collecting materials and slowly gaining some XP along the way. By the end of the night, it was finally all cleared, and I think I deserved a good night's sleep after all of that. The following morning started with a duck spending frenzy. I filled up my 5th coop with ducks, and truthfully, this isn't even the half of it. Rise up, my duck rebellion, quack until we turn that shark mad. Sorry, got a little carried away there. So to let off some steam, I circled back to level 100 in the mines to do some Joja Cola collecting for the rest of the day. In the dead of night, however, not a lot was said between Sharky and I, but a lot was still said. I spent a lot of day 52 making my way around the land of ducks, clearing out more debris to give me as much space to expand my duck empire as possible. I wish I could say more happened, but I can't. Well, it's another Friday, and we all know that means Krobus has another iridium sprinkler for us. And to the wheat field, I added another small extension, totaling 96 wheat in total. And with that taken care of, it was back to the mines to collect Joja Colas for the day. While meandering around my lands, the next day it was interesting to see a pond, a barn, and half a grown fruit tree on the edge of one of Sharky's lands. What are you up to, you sneaky little shark? Today I was back to the mines, not for Joja Cola collecting however, but rather to hoe dirt for a chance of artifacts. That was until Sharky and I had totally forgot it was... Alright, well we may be a little bit late here, but we remembered to do the landers. We almost
forgot, but we're here
That's
now.
all that matters. We showed up.
At least we're still on the same day. Imagine
Yeah.
if we woke up tomorrow or
Oh,
like
hold
3
on.
days later.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't do it.
Whoopsie. That's so funny.
Yeah, this time we'll stand together here again. It worked better last time. I could see your number.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Sounds
Let's
good.
go.
Let's do it.
Get the fish.
Come on.
Big day
sunfish.
today. Some big lands available. The last 4
Yeah.
remaining are probably the best 4. And I'm into a fish straight away. Come on, be decent. Last time I got a sunfish, it was tiny. Oh, it's a gain. Oh my, okay, it's done.
7.
It's done.
Okay, you never know, you never know. Alright, here we go.
I think you've got a rainbow trout here, which is going to be way bigger than a sunfish.
Come on. I don't know, it's feeling like a sunfish.
7 is so small. I've never caught one.
Yeah.
This is literally, you're going to win 3 of these in a row.
I know. I think I am.
Is that the one you want? You want the 3 to stop me from the fish, don't you?
Yeah,
the
I
mountain
do.
fish.
I do. That's what
Yeah,
I
because
need.
that's basically a challenge ticked off for you, so it makes sense for
Yeah.
you to want number 3. Oh no, this is scary. Okay, come on, cross my
3.
fingers, please. This is gonna be game over if you get this on that challenge. Let's go.
Come on.
Please, 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 please.
Come on.
Come on, not number 3.
Number 3.
Okay, that's good. Okay,
Stop
you've
it
got the
once.
massive forest.
Stop it one,
No!
stop it one. Yes. I'll
Oh,
take that.
God.
I will take that. Number 1.
Okay, well
Number
here
1.
we go.
That's
We're gonna
pretty
spin
huge.
it again.
Right.
For me, I need number 3 at this point just to make me feel better. So let's go. Come on, please, 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 please.
Come on, give him number 4. Give him number 4.
No, it's not number 3. It's gonna be number 4. It's gonna be the worst. This is horrible. That could not have got any worse.
Oh my god.
So this is one of the smallest ones, but another good thing though, it's still kind of connected to your forest, but it's
Yeah.
got mushroom trees on it, so there's still wood on there for me. I've got some wood.
I may not have won the fishing mini-games challenge, but that lander cider wheel and I had something special between us. I thought I would leave the deforestation of plot number 1 for another day. Instead, I returned to the mines to continue artifact hunting. Day 55 was the final day of summer. It started just the same as every other day, petting my duckies and turning their eggs into that sweet profitable duck mayo. I then handed my axe over to Clint for a couple of days for a steel upgrade, and afterwards I stared into the red glow of the mine water as I fished up Joja Colas for the remainder of the day. Am I a little heartbroken that we didn't go to the Moonlight Jellies? Yes, I was devastated. My first day of fall kicked off with a wheat harvest, and while I thought I'd be planting more wheat, I ran into a problem. Remember when Sharky asked about blueberries not being for sale? Well, it turns out that fall's equivalent was wheat. I could not find it anywhere. So with no real other option, I had to bite the bullet and change my strategy slightly. Instead, I opted to plant some cranberries. At least cranberries can regrow, giving me more time for important things like trash fishing, and fishing, more fishing, even more fishing, lots of fishing. This is a bit cheeky, but I did a little snooping of my competitor later on, using the animal purchase screen to spy on him without him knowing. And that night, lots more fishing, and more fishing, even more fishing. Upon leaving the tent this morning, I finally received my steel axe back from Clint. But before I could go and use it, I had just enough gold and loads of materials to build a 6th coop and upgrade it to a big coop immediately after. At this point, I'm thinking a good target is 10 coops. Altogether, that housed 79 ducks and 1 dinosaur. But goals aside, I was low on funding, so that would have to wait. In the meantime, I fished around the different water types, catching a few new fish I needed for the fishing collection. With some time still left over, I took my axe to the grindstone and made a small start on plot number 1. My goal was to clear the whole plot of trees and debris, so that the materials could be used for future coops. And I was after those precious skill points. I welcomed my dino friend to the duck army on day 58. You may look a little different, but I will love you just the same. What I don't love is all these trees around the place. I think it's time for some heinous acts of deforestation. To my new coop, I added another 8 ducks the following morning, and I also built up a silo next to my coops, which I thought would be useful. Turns out it wasn't. What is useful, however, is trash fishing for more Joja colas. To give you a little update, today I managed to collect another 5 colas, which puts our total up to 50. I'll be honest, between mayo making, not a lot was happening the morning of day 60. For the most part, that was because I was looking around at what fish I still needed to catch now that it was raining. So that afternoon, I got right to it and caught a walleye from the lake. To round out the day, I found myself back in the forest tearing it down for those precious materials and XP. My cranberries were awaiting harvest this morning, and seeing that you can get multiple harvests of cranberries made me very glad I had to make the switch in crops. It was back to the grind afterwards. That forest was close to clear, but it still needed some work, and I'm glad to see my hard work paying off. After another morning of dealing with duck mayo, I headed back down into the mines to try my luck for an earth crystal or 2. To my shock horror, I walked away from the mines later that night with a total of 0. Stupid mines and stupid earth crystals. 1 out of 4 chance to get one from a dug in my ass. I didn't even want any more man machines anyway. Stupid. I don't even know why I keep doing this. When I got back home that night, I did some rearranging of my stuff, like moving all of my chests to the tent and carrying my mini obelisk down to the farm cave entrance, just for ease of access to the mines from my base of operations. In spite of not getting any earth crystals yesterday, I tried opening some geodes and, well, still got none. To make me feel better, I constructed a shipping bin outside of the tent for more ease of access, and I built up my 7th big coop. I'm a stubborn man though, so I tried my luck once again down in the mines for earth crystals. And I got one, and I hold that single crystal with pride, because if I don't, then I might start crying. But I can't be upset because it's...
Give me number 3.
So what's left? 3 and...
I think it's 9, if I'm right.
9, yes, you're right.
Yeah.
It is 3 and 9.
The one above from you, the beach that connects.
Oh, yes, that's right.
But I can also get access to that one because there's some like little bridges. So either way, number 9 is good for us both to access. But for me to stay in the game, I just need them lake fish. That's literally all I want. First, let's just get straight started with this fishing minigame, shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's see who gets to spin first, I guess.
Ooh.
I don't really think it matters, but
No.
let's just do it. Since there's only 2 left, let's go.
Where was this luck before? You know what I'm saying?
I know. I had a feeling. I knew it was going to happen. Right. Of course it's going to be a smallmouth. Yeah. All the fish in here.
Ooh,
there is salmon.
15.
There is tiger trout. And it's gave me a smallmouth. So 15 inch. Doesn't matter what the fish is. It's just got to be bigger than 15.
Alright.
I'll get rid of mine because I know what it is already. Come on, 15. If it's a tiger trout, you've won straight away.
A salmon?
Oh, miles bigger.
Oh my goodness me.
Huge. But
That
look,
is
unlucky for you, Pox.
huge.
It just weren't enough. This luck that you've had, this free win streak on
No.
that, it's just not been enough.
It's just
I
been the
still win
wrong
that one.
timing. I wish I had this luck before.
Are you ready to spin, my friend?
I'm ready to spin. Let's do it.
It's 50-50, literally,
It is 50-50.
on this. And I just hope it's not number 3. I've got a 50% chance. Come on. That's got to be decent luck. Right, I'm going to wait for it to go right into the middle of that line. 3, 2,
Number
1,
3.
spin! Come on.
Come on, number 3.
Come on.
Come on, number 3.
Please,
Come
I'm not
on,
looking.
come on,
I'm not
come on,
looking. I can't look. No!
Oh my god, stop. Oh my god, please don't go over. Yes!
Oh my god.
Yes!
It's done.
Oh my god,
Now,
I'm
do you know
so
what's
happy.
annoying? If I won that fishing challenge, I would have spanned that and that would have been for me.
Yeah.
Damn it. That's why it's important to actually win them fishing things.
Yes! Oh, I'm so happy.
That sucks. So here we go, the last one. Which one's it going to be?
Oh my gosh, Sharky, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Attention. Number 9. I mean, it's a
Number
great
9.
land, but I think the fishing one is going to be ticked off the list for me. There's no point even trying to go for those anymore. So there we go. That's it. It's done.
Number 3.
We've got
I
all
wonder
the
what's over
lands.
there. Yeah, that's it. It's all been divided out now.
That is absolutely wild.
Making up for losing 4 in a row, somehow I managed to land on number 3, which at this point I'm 99% sure shuts out Sharky from winning the fish collecting challenge. I won't take my chances, but I am feeling pretty confident. So after a triumphant final land decider, I spent the day saying hello to my duck battalion, making duck mayo, and for the third day in a row, looking for more of those ridiculously elusive earth crystals. I am happy to report that the hunt was much more successful. I left with 3 this time. I picked up my first naturally produced dino egg on day 65. I'll be sure to hold on to this one for the artifact challenge. Halfway through my morning duck petting routine, I had the sudden realization that it was still 6 o'clock in the morning. So I inquired about this with Sharky, and yeah, he just forgot to unpause time. So I guess we got a bit of bonus time. And with that bonus time, I filled up another coop with 8 more ducky pals. Afterwards, I manicured my cranberry fields by swiping back grass before circling up to the mines, where I trash fished the day away. We smashed the most Joja Colas in a day record too, 14 in one day! All the way down in the corner of the farm, my cranberry fields were awaiting harvest. Satisfying as always. It had been a few days since I had made any progress on my forest clearing, so I got to work, and I chopped all the way till bedtime. Just before the day ends though, as I fell asleep that night, I ticked off another level 10 skill tree. With the artisan perk now in my possession, my duck mayo just got a 40% increase in profit sales. However, my attention was now turning towards another challenge, the crafting challenge. I've done a pretty good job at hoarding a lot of resources over the last 67 days, but to increase the chance of winning the crafting challenge, I planted a few tree seeds, decorated it up a little bit because yeah, it's me, and covered them in fertilizer. Eventually, I'll tap them so I can get oak resin, maple syrup, and pine tar for a few crafting recipes later on. But for now, I'd have to pass the time down in the mines, searching the higher levels for copper for said tappers. Quick side note, I love the artisan perk. Rich beyond what any farmer could wish for, especially one named Sharky. I used my wealth to just purchase the materials for another big coop and constructed coop number 8. Unconvinced, I continued splashing money and bought the ducks to go with it. And I'd like to point out that even with all of this practical spending, I still had 28,000 gold left over. Safe to say my duck dynasty was paying back its dues. Soon after, I caught Sharky wandering past. He seemed infatuated with my duck army. I sent a compliment his way about his hat, and well, it's funny number day! And that's all there really is to say because not too much happened. I did clean up around the cranberry field, I snooped around Sharky's base to see what the cheeky bugger was up to, and I farmed for a few earth crystals. I got 2 today if you'd like to know. So, moving right along, I started day 70 adventuring around plot number 3, just to see what fruitful possessions awaited me. Turns out the things there were about as useful as that one time I held my dad's flashlight for him while he fixed the car. Not very useful at all. The bamboo trees weren't blooming, and neither were the tea leaves, so I ditched that pretty quickly and instead spent my time constructing my 9th big coop. As the night was falling, 8 more ducks were added on top of that, and I picked some olives from my olive trees on the other side of the farm. Just thought I should let you know that I have olive trees blooming this season. My cranberries were ripe for picking yet again this morning, still as satisfying as ever. I sorted my ducks out right after that before heading off to plot 1 for more tree felling. When I got there, however, I made the connection that the tree stumps respawn daily. On top of that, they actually give me 25 XP for every stump I chop. So I made a mental note to keep that in mind for foraging skill levels later on. I then turned my brain off to spend the rest of the day clearing more forest. Also, have I mentioned that I love the artisan perk? Because I love the artisan perk. The next day I began crafting those tappers I talked about a few days ago, because all of my trees were all finally growing up, and I need me some crafting materials. Then I circled back to plot 1 to chop down stumps for forage XP, then back home to shove a round of duck mayo into the mayo machines, then over to the mines to round out the day Joja Cola collecting. I may be overdoing the whole Joja Cola collecting, but I simply cannot take any chances. Just before bed I made a start on replacing the old wooden fences with hardwood fences. This continued into the following morning, and I took extra care not to let any of my ducks escape into the wilderness. I stuck around home base afterwards to further the coop lineage, constructing my 10th and final big coop, all before filling it with the last 8 ducks. Now with 10 big coops, 79 ducks and 1 dinosaur, I can proudly say my duck dynasty has achieved its full potential. Full of pride, I picked some olives from my olive trees and chopped stumps for forage XP before finding my way back to my tent, calling it a night, and most definitely dreaming about how awesome I am. On day 74, I managed to pull another foraging level thanks to my stump chopping, and trash fish for more Joja Colas. Honestly, that's about it. At least I can say the following day was a little more exciting. Having popped a monster musk thanks to the Shop Anywhere mod, I spent the day down in the deeper levels of the mine collecting all the goodies I could get my clammy little hands on, which quite frankly took up the whole day. After yet another cranberry harvest, it was all happening back at base. Mayo making, gold smelting. Okay, well that was about it. But afterwards I chopped stumps for more forage XP, made more duck mayo, picked olives, and searched for beach forage around my 3 islands. So it was all still happening, I swear. The paycheck I got that night was pretty spicy too. Once again, I was ticking things off on day 77, collecting pine tar, taking care of my duck dynasty, chopping stumps. So to break it up a bit, after many a day clearing forest, I finished clearing out the trees on plot 1, leaving space for me to access all the stumps that'll respawn daily. That night I had actually made quite the discovery. The secret shop in the Shop Anywhere tab sells Omni Geodes, and pairing this with the artifact troves that you can trade with the desert trader, I may have just stumbled into a very efficient way to collect artifacts. But it was getting late and I didn't want to pass out, so to bed I went. It was back to routine the next day, collecting Joja Colas deep in the mines is how my day went. Although I did use my artifact collecting strategy that night to trade Omni Geodes for artifact troves, and I have to say this was turning out to be a pretty good idea. I managed to add a few more unfound artifacts to my chest that night, and just before bed I used some duck mayo profits to purchase a few crafting recipes. Following more stump chopping, I purchased the remaining crafting recipes from vendors I hadn't managed to pick up yesterday, and I made a start on crafting anything and everything that I could. As you watch me craft, just remember that I have over 850 hours in this game, yet somehow I insist on crafting items one by one, constantly checking back to see what materials I need to craft them. Like an absolute goofball. Finally, some common sense kicks in and I buy the workbench to speed this process up. And so this crafting obsession carried on to day 80. I fed my ducks and chopped stumps, but I think you know I do that every day now. So I spent the day ticking off as many crafting recipes as I possibly could. I hit the end of the list later that evening, so I passed the time opening geodes I'd been hoarding in hopes of gaining even just one more artifact, and in fact I got 2. I picked my final cranberry harvest today. It'll be sad to see them go, but they've served me well, and I'm confident that between these and the wheat, I'll be way ahead on the crops grown challenge. Truthfully, between that, chopping stumps, and trash fishing, that was about all I did today. Plus a pretty nice paycheck at the end of the day. Aside from the usual morning chores, I filled the next day with grass scything down on plot 14 in preparation for winter. Between Sharky and I, we have about 4 or 5 silos on the farm. We share them because there's no way to differentiate who gets a certain amount of hay. But I can make use of this fact over the winter time since I still have ducks to feed. And I'm under the assumption that Sharky doesn't have as many animals to feed as I do. That night, I managed to open a few more artifact troves, but unfortunately, I didn't get any new ones. So I think we should move right along to day 83, the final day of fall. There wasn't anything out of the ordinary to report today, other than the usual daily tasks I'd fallen into routine with. Although I did finish off the day diving through the mines, collecting materials, and trying to get any combat and mining XP that I could. Eventually, I made it all the way down to level 110, and I collected up my purple space boots. In even better news, thankfully all that stump chopping paid off because we hit level 10 foraging, and mining level 8. And before I knew it, we were right into the frosty chill of winter is here, and both Sharky and I are now into the final stretch of this competition. There's gonna be a lot of repetition over the next month, doing the same thing day after day to maximize the strategies I've put in place over the last 84 days. So I'll just kinda skim over the boring parts and show you all the fun stuff. I spent a bit of time today catching the last remaining fish from the various bodies of water. I'm pretty confident I have this one in the bag. The following day, I ventured down the mines again and managed to hit the bottom. This was really to try and get more combat and mining XP, and before bed I ticked off a couple more crafting recipes. The day after that, I was back to the mines again to farm for more combat XP, but I had my first pond by day 88. I put a sea cucumber in it, just because I can. I'll build as many of these as I can to try and have as many farm buildings by the end of this challenge. But I will tell you now, Sharky goes pretty hard on the farm buildings. And then I was back to combat XP farming down in the mines for the rest of the day. I switched up the XP farming on day 90 to the icy castle levels to slay some skeletons. I needed their bone fragments for a crafting recipe. On day 93, after a couple of days full of trash fishing and being down in the mines, I managed to get another mining level. A couple of days later, as the day was ending, Sharky managed to somehow get him stuck in the chat box as he ended up passing out right next to his bed. Not an important detail, but I thought it was funny. A lot of my time over the last few days has been primarily focused on fishing. I gave up on getting any more combat or mining skill levels a while ago, because they are quite a grind to get. And I was more worried about the most gold in your inventory challenge. One day before the day 100 mark, I decided to yoink the training rod from the fishing minigame, just to see if I could catch green algae easier with it. And well, it kinda worked. This was so I could keep building ponds despite seeing a Sharky has constructed a such and such message every damn day. I celebrated the day 100 milestone by trash fishing. The grind never stops. And I'll tell you what, these final days are real easy to sum up. Fishing, fishing, more fishing, fishing, lots more fishing, trash fishing, back to normal fishing, back to trash fishing, and also pulling a little prank on Sharky while he was down in the mines. Oh hey, would you look at that? More fishing. Even on the second to last day I was fishing. However, late in the afternoon I packed up the rod for the final time, because tonight was the night to sell everything I'd been hoarding for the last week or two. Not only did I dump all of my fish, all of my duck mayo, and forage goods into the shipping bin, but everything else too. Every chest was emptied, and whatever it would let me dump into the bin is exactly what would go into it. I then opened whatever geodes I had left over to squeeze a bit of gold out of them. Whatever I couldn't sell I left all in one chest. I mean, just look at that final paycheck. And this is it, the final day of winter, but more importantly, the final day of competition. Just like every day beforehand, I collected up my eggs from all 10 coops, then started the bittersweet process of selling off all of my ducky friends. I also gained about another 100,000 gold by the time I'd sold them all. So you see, even while I was saying goodbye, they were still providing me with those magnificent profits. As the day was coming to an end, I continued to search the farm for any leftover gold I could make on my final day. But it was getting late, 111 days of competition were now behind me, and it was time to find out if I had done enough to deserve victory.
So, Pox, that is it. The end of an era. It feels like it.
That was unreal.
Wow. So I guess what we'll do is we'll go through the challenge list from top to bottom, and we'll obviously find out how well each of us did for each challenge to see who won it. And we'll also do a quick brief, not too long, just a short brief of like tactics. We'll describe our tactics for each challenge, like what was your focus for that challenge, just to give a little idea to me and you and to the viewers as well.
Absolutely. So for the money, if it wasn't quite obvious with my 10 coops and ducks running around everywhere, that was my big money maker.
Oh my god, that duck army. I kept saying it in the videos.
I will, in the video, I'm going to refer to it as the Duck Dynasty, or the Duck Mayo Dynasty.
Yeah, literally, there was so many.
There were so many, and I loved it.
The noise was unbelievable when I came down to that area, by the way.
I did think that. I was like, every time I went out to pet them, I was like, I bet Sharky's got an ear full of ducks right now.
So loud.
The other thing with ducks and coops is that it also added on to another challenge, which was farm buildings, how many farm buildings we have. Also, the other thing with ducks is that when you pick up eggs and you pet them, it gives you farming XP.
Oh, clever.
So that kind of...
I always forget about that, by the way.
When I was collecting eggs and duck feathers and petting my ducks every morning, I was getting like a Just a little bit of XP towards farming.
So that was your main moneymaker, was just duck mayonnaise in this.
That and fishing. But that's a classic Poxial move. Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Yeah. Of course.
Millionaire from fishing alone.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Let's hear your tactics and then we'll reveal.
My tactic with the money one was literally nothing. I didn't want to focus on this challenge.
Okay.
I needed to make money, so I was just making money quite mildly, but I wasn't going to do like a big major let's get millions. I kind of said from the start, I'm going to allow Pox to have this one because making lots of money with loads of animals, loads of crops, loads of wine and jelly, it's going to take up too much time. And I had loads of other things that I wanted to do. So I was kind of like, money's money. I don't care. I'm just going to, if I beat Pox on this one, it's a bonus. So I was kind of leaving this one alone a little bit, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
Just making money. But I did end up going with goats. Goat cheese was my moneymaker, if I'm being honest. I do believe you have smashed me on this one. But I was expecting that. So let's review what you've got. It's a no-brainer.
I
know it for a fact.
My current funds in my bank account is 751,541 gold.
Okay. Well, I've got 346k. So boom.
I mean, to be fair, that is not too bad.
Okay, so that's one ticked off for you.
And actually, you know what was crazy to me is selling my ducks. I made about 100 grand off selling my ducks.
Oh, Fox! I didn't sell my animals!
Oh, Sharky!
So let's go to total crops shipped.
Yeah.
So let's go through all the crops. So obviously forage don't count. So the first is the parsnip, and as you can see, I've only shipped 4 of them. So let's put 4 down.
4.
And then 7 papayas. Papaya? That's it. That's all of my fruit and veg.
Your total has come to 1,080 crops.
Just hit the 1,000, 1080. Nice. Okay.
Nice.
It's probably not a lot there. I wasn't focusing too much on crops. I don't know about you, but okay. Let's go with yours then.
So we've got 1 parsnip.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, great start. 5 coconuts.
Yep.
69 bananas.
Ooh, yeah, you got the free banana trees, didn't you?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's not one. Green bean 4.
Yep.
Cauliflower 2.
Yep.
Potato 21.
21.
Garlic 4.
4 garlic.
65 kale.
Ooh, quite a lot of kale, yep.
383 wheat.
Damn. Yep.
16 rice.
Yep.
Oh, Sharky, you're gonna love this one. 1,022 cranberries.
Okay, well, you've won already.
God.
You've won already. Okay.
Can I show you something?
Yeah, sure. Iridium sprinklers.
So, every Friday, Krobus sells an iridium sprinkler for 10,000 gold. And because we had this shop anywhere, I could get to Krobus. And Krobus sells them every Friday.
Damn. Well, GG, that's 2-0 up already. Fox, this is looking good for you, my friend. This is looking good. That's not a bad start. So let's go through the next challenge. So Pox is 2-0 up. We're going through most dishes cooked. And you're the one starting this off. Do you want to go through the screen thing again? Or do you want to just...
Sharky, I will save you your time, my man. I got 0.
Pox.
I
spent really hard on cooking.
I didn't even touch it.
Oh. Okay, so you've not cooked one recipe at all?
No.
Okay.
Cooked 1.
So I basically cooked... I mean, we'll get the number. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. 51 recipes I cooked.
Oh my god. How did you manage that?
I was saving all my... So, to be honest, I'm quite annoyed now because I put a lot of crops into that, which I could have shipped.
Oh, yeah, true.
I was saving, like, a couple of crops for each recipe. So, like, pumpkins, I need, like, 10 pumpkins. I put them to the side. Because I didn't know if you was going to focus on it, but knowing that you didn't even cook once, I could have just cooked literally 2 recipes and beat you.
But it's funny because it got to summer and I was like, oh my god, the cooking. I've completely forgotten about it. So I made a decision in summer. I was like, oh, there's no point. And then at one point I saw you get like the achievement for cooking like 10 dishes. And I was like, I'm not even going to bother.
All right, okay. Well, that's 2-1.
2-1.
That's 2-1. This is spicy now because we're going on to skill levels.
Yeah.
I've been so nervous about this one. This is interesting. I got level 10 farming. Did you?
Yes, I did.
Mining. You go first. What are you?
Mining, level 9.
I'm level 10. Come on. Come on. Okay, foraging. This is a big one. Okay, it's me. Please, please don't get more than me in this. Level 8.
I got level 10.
No! No, how did you do that?
The thing is with plot number 1 is there are tree stumps that respawn and they give you 25 foraging XP every time that you knock it down.
But I'm guessing we're both level 10 fishing, let's be honest.
Yes, definitely level 10 fishing.
So this is all down to combat, Pox. Right, I am level 5.
I'm level 8.
Easy, yeah, you smashed it. The next one on the list is crafting. So highlight should say at least crafted, crafted at least one.
Crafted at least one. So 1,
1,
2, 3, 83, 84, 85, 86.
Okay. This is crazy, by the way.
86
this is crazy.
items crafted.
Go. 1, 2, 3. 77, 78, 79.
Oh, that was
Damn.
close. That was so close.
That is so frustrating.
I thought you might have.
There's a few recipes that you bought there.
Yeah.
So now it's farm buildings built. Oh, this is you had so many buildings. There's just no way. Let's go to count your coops then. Here we go. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 coops with a silo. So that's 11 buildings so far.
And then farm ponds.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Is that it? Is that all you had?
Yeah, that's
Is
all
there any more
I had,
anywhere
19.
else? So let's count my coops then. So 2, 4, 6 coops on that beach. My fish ponds as well. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Do you remember that? Right, I've got a mill, 15. 2 coops here, 16, 17. The silo, 18. 19 coop, 20 barn. 21 shed, 22 stable.
Ooh, nice.
So there we go. It's 4-2. Hey,
4-2.
I'm back in the game.
4-2.
Oh, and now it's the artifacts box. I am so scared about this. 26, 27, 28, 29.
29.
Damn it.
Ooh.
I was hoping to get into the 30s there.
20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27.
Oh my God.
I was 2 off.
Yep, I had farm buildings and artifacts. It's currently 4-3, and we're down to the fish. 1. It's 4-4.
It's 4-4. Oh, fishing minigame. I was meant to put a cross through that. Yeah, you won that. You won that you won that straight off the bat. You won that in the quickest way possible.
At the start, yeah. So it's 4-4 right now. It's all down to the fish.
40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. Wow.
Right, well,
that is a
I
lot
won't
of
even
fish.
share my screen. I'm just going to quickly count, but I know it's not even that. But I can see it on my screen for the people. It's 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. What did you have?
Ooh, 46. Oh my God, that was close.
That was the mountain fish one. It was the largemouth, the carp, the bullhead, the sturgeon. It's them ones. I knew that, and the chub. I wasn't going to get those.
Yeah,
so.
just a couple of extra ones.
Yeah, and listen, I've got 5 Joja Cola.
Let me just get him out for you. Let me just get him out for you. Oh yeah, go have a look for yourself.
Oh my God. Brilliant.
120 Joja Colas.
Oh my God. You see, I don't think I would have caught that much anyway, to be honest.
Yeah.
Was your technique with the Joja Cola the lava pond? Is that what you was doing too?
Oh yeah, I grinded that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was grinding
Yeah,
that.
well, you can tell with 120.
That's a W.
So there we go.
That's a
We
W
have
for
a
Poxial.
winner, a new winner.
W
1
for Poxial.
Oh my God, that was insane.
Oh my God, I cannot believe I won that. You know what? I had a game plan from so early on, and I just followed that game plan the whole way through. I did not stray from it.
And that was my problem. I think I was changing too much. Like, I was gonna do the Joja Colas, I decided against it. I was gonna max out the foraging, I decided against it. Yeah, this is a perfect setup. You think I've won one, you've won one. It's down to the last one. This is gonna be huge.
It's down to the final challenge.
If the people want to see it, they want to see the trilogy, and it's going to be basically the big one, the end, probably the end of an era there. Who's going to, you know, the winner takes all, essentially. But this time, I don't know what we're going to do. I did say I'm going to leave it in your hands this time, because I kind of took charge of this one we've done this time around. That's going to be a big one, by the way. That's going to be way more tense than any of these we've done, because it's like we both won one each. It's like the end.
Yeah, that's huge. So there you have it. I managed to clutch victory from the hands of fate, tying up the series at 1-1. But it'd be a bit rude to leave the series on a tie. So let me know what you think Sharky and I should do to determine the series winner. That being said, if you did enjoy the video, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Please go and check out Sharky's amazing channel. It'll be linked in the description. You can even go and watch his perspective on the whole competition. But as always, you are all wonderful people, so have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the final round.